He was ready to disappear forever, until a late train changed everything. It was a cold and quiet morning. Ethan sat alone on a wooden bench at the old train station. His suitcase was small, not because he had little money, but because he was ready to leave everything behind. He looked at the schedule board. Train 302. Departure, 7:05 a.m. It was already 7:20. The train was late. Ethan hated delays. But this one felt different. He opened a notebook from his bag. Inside, only two things: a black and white photo of a woman, and a letter. The letter was never sent. He had written it 5 months ago, after everything. After her. He sighed, then looked up. The station was still quiet. Only a few people. A mother with her son, a man in a long coat, an old woman reading. No one paid attention to him. That was perfect. He wanted to leave with no goodbyes. Flashback. Her name was Lena. She smiled like sunshine, but her life was full of storms. They met at a library. Ethan worked there. She walked in one day, looking for a book on birds. "Do you have something about flying away?" she asked. He laughed. "Do you want the book or the wings?" That was their beginning. They became friends. Then something more. Then everything. But life has strange ways of testing love. That was their beginning. They became friends. Then something more. Then everything. But life has strange ways of testing love. Lena had dreams, big ones. She wanted to study art in Paris. He wanted to stay. They tried to make it work. Letters, calls, plans. But distance is a slow fire. It doesn't burn. It melts. One day, she stopped writing. Ethan waited. A week, then a month. Then silence became louder than words. He never got a goodbye. Only a message from a friend. "She's doing well in France. She met someone I thought you should know." Ethan never cried. But that night, he tore the last letter he wrote to her, and then taped it back together. He never sent it. Now back at the station, Ethan stared at the letter again. The words were honest, broken, beautiful. "I don't hate you, Lena. I just wish I mattered enough to say goodbye." He folded it just as the loudspeaker echoed. "Train 302 is arriving in 3 minutes. He stood up, breathed deep. This was it. The train stopped with a low hiss. Doors opened. People stepped out. Ethan didn't move. He held his suitcase tight. His heart was beating fast, but he didn't know why. Then, from the corner of his eye, he saw her. A woman in a blue scarf standing still on the platform. She was older now, thinner. Her hair was tied back, but it was her. Lena. He froze. She hadn't seen him yet. Ethan looked down, trying to decide. Should I walk away? Should I say something? He stood up slowly, took one step, then another, and suddenly, she turned. Their eyes met. For a moment, the world stopped. Neither of them spoke. Then Lena walked toward him, carefully, as if afraid the moment would break. "Ethan?" Her voice was soft, almost afraid. He nodded. "I didn't know you were here," she said. He smiled, but it was a tired smile. I wasn't. I was leaving. She looked down. I was just visiting. My aunt passed away. I'm on my way back now. There was a silence between them. Not angry, not cold, just full. Ethan reached into his coat pocket, took out the letter. I wrote this a long time ago. She took it. Her hands were shaking. I never meant to disappear, she whispered. But you did, he answered. I thought maybe you'd hate me less if I was just gone. I didn't hate you, Lena. I loved you. That broke something inside her. She blinked fast, trying not to cry. Why didn't you send the letter? She asked. Because I thought it wouldn't matter. But it would have, she said. Would it have changed anything? Lena looked away. No, she said honestly. But I would have read every word. The train made a long sound. Final boarding call. Ethan looked toward it, then back at her. I have to go, he said. Where to? Nowhere. That's the point. She stepped closer. You're still the same, always running but never really going. And you're still good with words, he said. She smiled, a sad, slow smile. Do you want to have coffee? Just talk? Ethan paused. Would it change anything? She bit her lip, shook her head. No, I'm still going back. My life is there now. He nodded, and then quietly, then let's leave it here. He turned, walked to the train, and stepped inside. She stood there, holding the letter, crying quietly. As the train began to move, Ethan looked out the window. Lena raised the letter, placed her hand over her heart, and then waved. He smiled one last time. A train that arrived late had brought her back, but not to stay. Thanks for listening to Fluent Tales. Did this story inspire you? Subscribe to hear more English stories like this one. We learn best when we feel every word.